Royal Caribbean is a global business, as you all know, but we're going to start operating as one, and we haven't done that necessarily all of the time. We are responsible for contributing to the global sourcing challenge that Royal Caribbean has, and with that means that we need to put next year more than 250,000 passengers across our fleet. We won't do that if we keep doing what we're doing. We've got to do some things differently. So we've got the ships. We have the North Star, an incredible viewing capsule that will allow you to see 300 feet above sea level. We've got a First at Sea, Flying at Sea, I Fly by Ripcord. Many of you will get the chance to see this when Quantum of the Seas comes to Southampton on the 31st of this month. We have the Dodgems, fantastic internal seaplex system, space unlike anything we've ever had before, that has multiple uses, from discos to rollerblading. We can do it all. We've then got the 270 lounge, which is this fantastic vista during the day, but then it transforms itself into the most incredible entertainment space. We've heard a lot about robo screens. We've even got virtual orchestras and great entertainment that you've never seen before. We have the ability to play a concert, but rather than just be at the mercy of what the cameraman decides to show you, you will see every single musician or member of that choir all the time singing in unison. And it's quite a novel way of doing it, but it's an incredibly clever way of showing great entertainment. We've got the robotic bar, the bionic bar. You can see all of these things are taking us into a new space. We've got partnerships with Jamie Oliver, who is worldwide one of the biggest chefs in the world. We've got our great link with Jason Bradbury, which is fantastic for Quantum because we've got so much technology to talk to people about, and we want to talk about it to a different type of person. We are going after new to cruise, and it's going to be a challenge, and people like Jason and Jamie are going to help us do that. And the reason we want to change the way we do things is because we as a business are changing. I've said a lot about, in a lot of trade meetings, that we are no longer the brand that's just about rock climbing, zip wiring and flow riders. If I thought we were that in isolation, we'd have met in some hardware store with a rock wall and we'd all be doing rock climbing this afternoon. The reality is we're about so much more than that. We have 5 new ships on order, 3 Quantum class ships, and for some of you, you may have seen the name of the third one was announced yesterday, Ovation of the Seas. So we'll have Quantum, we'll have Anthem, we'll have Ovation, and then we have 2 Oasis class ships also on order. By the end of 2016, Royal Caribbean will be the biggest standalone cruise brand in the UK. We will have more capacity than anyone else. That comes with its challenges, though. It means that we have to think about how we fill these ships, not just now, but in the future. To give you a sense of scale, the 5 new ships that Royal Caribbean's adding to its global fleet will deliver a capacity increase that's comparable with the size of our celebrity brand today. As you know, Royal Caribbean, at the start of this year, has gone about a bit of a journey. So the celebrity brand, the Azamara brand, and the Royal Caribbean brands are all being treated slightly differently now, with the sole goal of really giving each brand the opportunity to find itself, develop its own identity and its own way of doing things. And for those of you that have worked with the brand for a long time, some of this change you may have felt already, and some of it you're probably going to start to feel more and more as we move forward in time. We hope at the Royal Caribbean side of things, at least, that really does make a difference to you and your business. And we hope that we can rely on all of you to help tell the story that we're going to tell over the next 2 to 3 years as we go on a bit of a journey. Now, we did a lot of good things, and I'm not going to in any way, shape or form take away from some of the good things we did. We have done Love to Shop vouchers. They're an easy mechanic to work with, but again, everybody's doing that, so there's no difference there. We've done £250 vouchers to have a team meeting or a family affair at Jamie Oliver's, and we've been getting close to 2,500 entries to some of these competitions. We did Feastable, following the link with Jamie. We've done win trips, VIP trips to Barcelona to see Allure. So we've done a number of these. We're not new. This is not new in as far as that we haven't done incentives before, but we want to change the way we do things. We have marketed ourselves as a safe challenger brand for a while, and what we've got to do is we've really got to put ourselves out there. The book, Eating the Big Fish, talks about challenger brands, and it talks about being a lighthouse brand. And we are probably the best funded challenger brand in the world. And we have got to take consumers on a journey and show them that we're so much more than what we were in the past. We're going to have a heavyweight programme from now on for the next few months that really starts to talk and suggests how aspirational our brand is. For those of you that were lucky enough to come to the shipyard to see Quantum of the Seas, you know what the difference is between that ship and our other ships. You know how much of a leap forward it is. When people get the chance to see this product, they will recognise how aspirational it is, and they will recognise that it can provide a holiday for them. And the reason we want to change the way we do things is because we as a business are changing. I've said a lot about, in a lot of trade meetings, that we are no longer the brand that's just about rock climbing, zip wiring and flow riders. If I thought we were that in isolation, we'd have met in some hardware store with a rock wall and we'd all be doing rock climbing this afternoon. The reality is we're about so much more than that. We will have the biggest brand for UK consumers to engage with. Obviously Carnival's bigger than Royal Caribbean, but I'm talking independent cruise brand. Royal Caribbean globally will be the biggest cruise brand. And for UK consumers, we've got to get that message across that we are cruise.
Are you going to be number one at some stage?
I'd love to be. I think that's a journey, because I'm not underestimating the scale of the competitor set we have, but I certainly want to be bigger than we are today.